Hello, Whatitis audience. Can I show you something? Come here. Watch this.
Hey guys, what's up?
We got a new member to the server.
Oh really? Who is it?
Ice Spice, do you know her?
Holy shit, no way.
Hey guys.
I'm a munch.
Joe, what the fuck are you talking about?
What you just saw was a deepfake of presidents playing video games together and talking like the boys, shooting the shit, talking about Ice Spice. Now, these are deepfakes, some of the most dangerous pieces of technology in the entire world. Who knows what could happen with them? We could fake a nuclear threat. We could fake audio about ballot harvesting. What if deepfakes, the supposed political weapon, could actually be used to drastically benefit the image and social perception surrounding political candidates and parties? That is what I'm going to make the case for today. Over the past month or so, countless videos like this have surfaced of people playing video games, people talking on a podcast about absurd subject matter. Some of the ones that stick out to me, though, are those of Joseph Biden, the current US sitting president. I'm going to show you one in particular that really stood out to me. We'll toss it up on screen here.
Hey guys, can we talk? Lately I've just been depressed. The news makes me out to be such a bad guy I can't do anything right. Every time I try to do something good, they say I should have done this or that. It's so stressful.
Joe, how many times do I have to tell you to stop watching the news?
The reason that this trend has stood out to me is because we've been allowed to see sides of presidents and political figures we might not have previously imagined. In the case of Joseph Biden, we might not have actually heard him talk that long before. Many people, I don't think it's a very partisan thing to say no Biden as someone who has a stutter, but also as someone who is, in the latter stages of his life and struggles to cogently form long-form thoughts. There's countless examples.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was
The theory I'm going to present today is that the deepfake meme trend around this is actually to the benefit of the DNC and general imaging around specifically Biden as a candidate. Videos like the one I showed you go to humanize and really provide a depth that we haven't been able to achieve through political strategy surrounding Biden before. It allows him to speak cogently for a minute straight and contend and go back and forth with Trump, someone who's, maybe not known for his decorum, but definitely for his prowess in terms of debates and speaking for a very long time. I say all of this to highlight the idea that maybe these deepfakes will go to benefit more people than not. I'd like to use this as a point to jump off into wider political strategy surrounding memes. It's no surprise to anybody that a commonly held idea is the left can't meme. In contrast to 2016 and the rise of Donald Trump vis-a-vis Twitter, 4chan, Pepe the Frog armies helping memify his campaign and bring it into legitimacy, it's often thought the left lags behind, a common sentiment being the wall of text being the only joke they can come up with. And I would agree with this for the most part. Generally speaking, it's fair to say that kind of pre-2020. But what this entire deepfake trend highlights to me is something I've noticed, which is actually one of the most ancient and easy to understand strategies when it comes to fighting against another person in really any field of competition. It's a strategy known as tit for tat. Basically, it is mimicry. It is, I am going to do exactly what the other person is doing. It gets talked about in The Selfish Gene, but Richard Dawkins basically runs through a bunch of simulations of the prisoner's dilemma and highlights different strategies and their efficacy depending on what the other person is doing. But in the face of the right out-memeing the left for such a long period of time, it seems the left has begun to adapt by doing one of the most straightforward and obvious things, which is just copy everything the right does. In the case of the deepfake meme, I say this because the original spawning meme for this entire meme format was something done about Trump. It was a conversation between Trump and Walt Jr. I'll play a few seconds here.
That is so Cap Jr. I just pulled your IP. I've got it right now.
No, you don't. Huh. Say
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where you're from.
That's not... Hey!
The critical viewers in the audience will witness this format, the gameplay with faces on top, and probably equate it to the Subway Surfers stuff I've talked about before. Very excellently put together, and it's exactly what we're seeing with the deepfakes. But exactly what I'm highlighting is that about 9 months or 12 months before what we're seeing now. We saw this Trump version with Walt Jr., and this wasn't deepfakes. This was actually two impersonators, but I believe the seed of this entire meme format was laid there. And what we're seeing at this exact moment is some very high-level operation to allow more figures to enter the fray and a sort of new voice for Biden to be formed solely through memes about him. But a candidate themselves cannot stand and defend solely through oration skills. What if we could just create media around them that's powerful enough? You know, it makes me think of the Chad senile Biden. He's just licking his ice cream and scoffing at any argument that the right poses, which is also kind of an emulation of the Chad meme, which most would say is initially a right-wing meme. I feel this highlights actually just a really good takeaway, which is if you're ever really outmatched mimetically, one of the best things you can do is just mirror exactly what the opponent is doing. And it also opens up a little bit of a pedestal for me to stand on and talk about AI. So I think this might go down in the Hall of Fame for bad AI takes at some point. Someone's going to clip this and tell me, oh, Blair, you were completely wrong. We're all enslaved by the digital mommy. But as someone who's worked for AI companies that were aiming to basically have AI do all of content as early as like 2.5 years ago, I'm deeply familiar with GPT-3 and OpenAI and a lot of the capabilities of this technology. And inside of all of this, I'm honestly not of the belief that we are going to see a full-scale replacement of all art and content. I think if you've used these tools, you know it is really, there's a lot of user input that goes into making these things. This is not something you can't just prompt, make a compelling conversation. You'll see if you do that, you're going to get a conversation. You're going to have to train it a bit to get a conversation, but it's not going to have all of the beats of a story. It's going to take a lot of a user tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. And when that is happening, to me, that is the creative process. It's just a different tool. It's no longer the paintbrush. It's now a sort of weird interface. As Burroughs with the cut-up method might have put it, the third mind. I'm stealing that from Meme Analysis and another friend of the channel. But nonetheless, I view it as an extension of the hand, like a tool, then something akin to tarot, where you're kind of prompting it or throwing things out in the ether and getting it back in a type of meme. Holistically, I see two futures come from this AI stuff. One is a huge importance upon things that are directly created with the hand. Something, again, Meme Analysis talks about with the cult of the hand. Things holding reverence for things that were done by a person, an artisan, painted, sculpted with a human hand. The opposite, I think, is we're going to see AI artists who are going to be able to create things at a scale and speed. However, it's going to take a huge amount of know-how with the specific tool set. It's not going to be, write me an amazing opera. It's going to take tons of time in working with that. But the scale of art and the scale of content production we'll see come out of that, I think will be very compelling once people get better at it, honestly. All in all, this is a quick meme analysis of the Biden president's gaming deepfakes and some comments on the future of AI. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. It is what it is.